All right, so I'm mic'd up, heading out for a little drive, going somewhere, and gonna do an update while I'm driving. And here we go. Well, I just wanted to do this update while I'm driving somewhere because I have time to do it. And there's so much in the news right now that should be talked about. So much that I've been doing lately that I need to update about. Where should I start? I guess I could start right now. What I did today was I finally Googled the AI explanation and step-by-step tutorial for doing a free screenshot or a screen capture video. How to capture your videos. What I did was I Googled, AI Googled the instructions on how to get the videos that are playing on your laptop to be recorded. That's what I did. Yeah. So I did that today. I am able to now record video on my laptop when I'm watching something on YouTube that I uploaded years ago, and where I don't know where the original file is. Like if the MP4 is, it's probably in a hard drive somewhere stuffed in my garage, in a box under some books or something, or hidden away. Who knows where it is. But if I've got a version of the video from an old interview from 8 or 10 or 12 or 14 years ago on YouTube, I can do a video screen capture, record the video on my laptop, and then comment on it. Because I want to start doing a series of Where They Are Nows, where some people that I videotaped and interviewed years ago that I've lost touch with. Maybe I still have their contact info, maybe I don't. Maybe they've disappeared. Maybe they're somewhere on the East Coast or in just a different state. I don't know. And it would just be nice to do an update, at least on YouTube or Substack or something, and talk about where they are now and what I think they're doing and how they are. Also, I'm back in San Diego, obviously, as I've said on the recent posts. And I like it. I'm loving it here. I love San Diego. It's very, very peaceful, very prosperous in a lot of ways. When it rains, it pours. When work is slow, it's very slow. It's an expensive town. It's not good to be without work in San Diego because the bills never stop. But when the work is good and it's easy to pay the bills, it's the best place in the world to live, I think. I mean, if you like beautiful weather and really nice people, low crime, perfect weather. Did I say the weather is good too? Yeah, but if you have a lot of money and you like those things, move to San Diego. If you don't have a lot of money and you want to live poor, move to San Diego. If you want to be in a perfect place to do it, to be poor. I spent a few months starting last June, July in Portland. I was thinking about immigrating to Vancouver, Washington, and living up there because there's no state taxes in Washington, and there's no sales tax in Oregon. So if you live in Vancouver, just on the north side of the Columbia River, you could be in a circumstance where if you have a good paying job, you don't have to pay any state income tax. And if you're making a lot of money, you can save money that way. but you can also save money by buying all your high-priced items across the river in the big city in Portland. Like if I wanted to buy new, video cameras or a new computer, I'll just hop over the river and go to Best Buy in Portland, Oregon, and not have to pay a sales tax. They do have an awesome Best Buy up there, by the way, in Portland, Oregon. That store up there, that Best Buy in Northeast Portland, is well stocked, and they've got great staff, very helpful. They'll walk up to you, ask you how you're doing, how can they help you. I just don't see that in the Best Buy stores here in San Diego. And the stores in San Diego are like dusty, unswept. A lot of the shelves are like not very well stocked. They don't resupply their items, their new models and stuff when you're trying to buy or look at a video camera or whatnot. That's pretty bad. But I went up there and I was living in Vancouver in a motel for a little while until eventually I had to go over to Portland to find a credit union that I bank at. And I realized, I miss the excitement of being in a town where they've got lots of clubs, lots of people, lots of things going on. Vancouver seems nice if you want to live in a very mellow, kind of slow, small town. And some people like that. But I like to be around where things are happening, where you can go have some excitement. Portland's had its trouble. I mean, it's obviously had the Antifa riots during COVID, and now they've well publicized the ICE kind of protests. They're not riots anymore. Every now and then the people will throw down for the cameras just to kind of do it for show. Both sides, the ICE protesters, the Antifa protesters, and the counter protesters, the MAGA people that go there to kind of start shit with the Antifa protesters. It's all theater. They do it for the camera. And it gets national media. I went up there, I did a little bit of interviewing, a little bit of talking to somebody there one time, right before I left in October here, last month. But I was going back and forth between Portland. I was going back and forth between Portland and San Diego, and then even Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for a while, because I went over to the I went to see Lisa Carver's Philosophy Week in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So between Portland, San Diego, and Pittsburgh, I had to jump back and forth and fly out there and drive the vehicles up and down the coast here, and fly out to Pittsburgh, and then fly back to San Diego, and then fly up to Portland. It was eventful. It was kind of interesting. It was kind of exciting, actually. I kind of liked it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking that if I would have stayed in San Diego that whole time, and in April put a lot of money in NVIDIA, I would have tripled my money, because NVIDIA bottomed out in April, and I had a few $1,000 set aside for this move, and I didn't invest it anywhere. A lot of stocks were down in April, especially NVIDIA. But a lot of the stock market was down. And had I not been, worried about the stock market going even lower, and had I not been planning to do this move, which I tried, but changed my mind about, I would have made a bunch of money. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to stick around San Diego through the winter and then maybe look at relocating again in the spring or summer once more. Because San Diego is not getting cheaper. Nowhere's getting cheaper, but San Diego's going up exponentially. And I don't own property here. So unless I win the lottery or something really exceptional happens, it's going to be very, very difficult to ever get ahead. And I don't want to stop trying, so I think I have to look at other places. I might be able to continue to work here on a part-time basis if I can keep a vehicle here for the tree jobs or whatever comes up. Keep equipment in storage, but that's a maybe. Donald Trump says, I read on the news update tonight, that he's going to be kicking down $2,000 to everybody except for high-income people because due to his tariffs, America's wealthy now. So he's going to apparently share the wealth, which sounds fine, but I'm in San Diego. $2,000 is like 1 month's rent for many people, a lot of people, not all people, but it's 1 month's rent. That's about it. The tariffs that he's imposed, I'm not MAGA, obviously. If you know me, you know that. But I think that they're a well-intentioned idea because something needs to be done to motivate big corporations, big business into bringing manufacturing back to our shores and making it economically disadvantageous for them to continue to, go to China or wherever they go for the cheap labor. It's not going to get better. They're going to, if they don't feel like they can save money by bringing jobs and manufacturing back to America, they're going to continue to export the jobs. But it's like many things, it's not as easy as it sounds, getting them to bring those jobs back. A president's only got so much power. But they elected a Muslim in New York City, Mamdani, because the majority of the people didn't believe Cuomo when he said that he would make life more affordable in the Big Apple. That is a platform that every politician needs to adopt. The whole, we're gonna impose socialization into our democratic commerce, into our commercial capitalist society. We've always had a capitalist society, and there's always been some kind of socialism. Police forces are paid for by state taxes. Wars are fought with national taxes. And but right now we've mainly got a socialized country for the wealthy. It's socialism for the wealthy, pretty much. When the big corporations overextend themselves and suddenly they're too big to fail. You or I are allowed to fail if we make poor decisions, but big business, no, they get scooped up and saved. Socialism for the wealthy. Donald Trump declared bankruptcy how many times? He wasn't able to make it with the Taj Mahal, his airline, his line of steaks, his whiskey, his perfume, whatever, all those Trump branded products that he had that didn't work out. He turned out fine. I mean, his dad, Fred Trump, made a lot of money in real estate by getting contracts that were to build poor people housing, low-income housing, and he got government money for that. That's a form of socialism. He prospered just fine under that. So yeah, I think they believe in socialism as long as it's for them, and we just need it to be for everybody, because e pluribus unum, out of many one. That's what America's all about.